Well, the Chibnall-Whittaker era came to an end, and so now it's on to the new RTD era with Ncuti Gatwa. But of course, before you get there, you have the 60th special with David Tennant returning, not as the 10th Doctor, but as the 14th Doctor. And I guess that's the way it'll be. He's officially the 14th Doctor, and Ncuti will be the 15th Doctor. And so all of a sudden, the numbering matters. Hey, maybe that's a good sign that Timeless Child will get retconned. Of course, you still got to, I think, do something about the War Doctor. That was the first deviation from that sort of thing. There is a way to do that, but I'll save that for some other video. Everybody has their fan theories and wishful thinking about how things would go, and it almost never happens. So what's the point? But then there's stuff left out, never really explained, like the Watcher and stuff, and there's theories online, and they're pretty good about what it could mean. But anyway, but that's nothing compared to what Timeless Child did. There's all kind of things. The Valier just left hanging. And then, of course, well, the War Doctor and one thing. But the Paul McGann TV movies, and he was half human, and they just... no, he wasn't. Just move on from it and ignore it. I don't think Timeless Child is something you can just ignore. I think you got to retcon that. And so... that's the deal going forward. Even if Russell T Davies, which I'm sure he can do far more a better approach on Doctor Who than Chibnall did, and would probably put up a better effort for it, provided it's not there just that they're going to exploit Ncuti Gatwa to tell us we're all racist and homophobic, that sort of thing. If that's it, then just stop. It's over. Nobody's going to turn out for that. But we don't know any of that. We don't know what kind of Dr. Ncuti will be. And so, I gave Jodie a chance. I really did. I'll give Ncuti a chance. So we'll see what the deal is. And perhaps there's more to Tennant being the 14th Doctor than not. That there's the curator scene between Matt Smith and Tom Baker suggested that in the future the Doctor could return to previous incarnations, and I don't see why not. It's just the Doctor doesn't appear to have much control over the appearance he takes when he regenerates, whereas it seemed other Time Lords did. Certainly Romana did. But anyway, so it's not that big of a deal to suggest. It's just the way they did this, where his clothes change with him. So perhaps that has something to do with the plot of the 60th anniversary, and Doogie Howser showing up, who some suspect he might be a new incarnation of the Celestial Toy Maker, and perhaps that's the deal. And maybe he's the one who's been behind it all this time. And we'll find out that Timeless Child is not what Chibnall said it was, So other than that, there's not a whole lot to go on, except for this little tease they put out showing Tennant walking around saying, "I don't know who I am anymore." And then it ends with Ncuti going, "What the hell's going on?" And all that. And it looks like that's a newly regenerated Ncuti, because I think he's wearing at least the shirt and tie that Tennant's wearing in this new Doctor outfit. It's too bad it's not going to be Ncuti's outfit, I'm guessing, because, because I'm worried they're going to give him something really stupid. As it goes, Colin Baker still holds the prize for worst Doctor Who outfit. But Jodie is kind of the second runner-up. That was pretty bad, pretty stupid. He could have kept the coat, but... And another thing is stop making it a costume. The other Doctors got to change clothes. I mean, the 80s they didn't, not really. Peter Davison and Colin Baker, they didn't get to. Sylvester McCoy did. Even Tom Baker, on his way out, he was stuck in the maroon outfit. So it just became this idea that it's a costume, but it's its clothes. I mean, the style, fine, you're good. But good Lord, what the hell? Because even David Tennant's doctor changed clothes. He had a blue suit sometimes, and and all that. I don't know. Matt Smith got to change clothes. Capaldi, he had the cool black coat and everything, but he didn't always wear it with the white shirt and everything. And sometimes, he had the hoodie and all that. So, I don't know. It's weird. It's kind of stupid. But hopefully they don't do that. They'll have some sort of style that Shooty does. I'm guessing he just keeps his shirt open all the time. I don't know. That's what his suit would be. But let him change clothes, Anyway, so the other thing is that it's going to be on Disney Plus for everybody else outside of Britain. So that's an interesting little deal that hadn't heard anything like that. I don't think so. I'm trying to remember but currently HBO Max has the deal with Doctor Who. And I guess that'll come to an end. And probably Zaslav saying, it's not making any money. We don't need it. So I guess Sony Pictures must have had some sort of deal with Disney. Because that's how this works. The elements for the possible recovery of Doctor Who is that Russell T Davies comes back. Didn't think that would happen. He said he never would. Well, the situation is that bad. So he comes back. The other element would be outsource it, be out of BBC. They still own it, but they're not directly in charge of it. So it goes under Russell T Davies' company, Bad Robot. Then Russell T Davies sells it to Sony Pictures, who's really going to bankroll the thing. So you've got an opportunity here. You've got some money to play with. And if you do it right, you'll have a decent property here again, and who knows, maybe even get back to the heights it once had. David Tennant is brought back to draw people in, but you'd better deliver, because you're not going to be able to keep him. And if Shooty's there just to exploit his race and sexuality, forget it. Even if you can craft a well-written story around it or whatnot, nobody's in the mood for it after the cheap crap that's been delivered over the past few years. And that's even before Chibnall and Whitaker came in. So if you're gonna keep doing that, then just forget it. It's over. But also, even if you just, I wouldn't even want him to just tease or hint at it, but that you're going to retcon that Timeless Child crap, then you really got something. I think you can keep interest, at least for your first season or series, however you want to put it, and might be able to grow the audience. But other than that, if none of that's on the table, forget it. You'll have get some good ratings on the special, and that's probably about it. Don't know much about Ncuti Gatwa, what kind of doctor he would play, but we'll just have to see. The other interesting thing is the logo. It's very similar to the old Tom Baker logo, so I don't know if that's supposed to be a sign we're getting back to basics. What one can hope. One thing that Ncuti Gatwa made mention of in this brief video tease thing that announced that the shows will be available on Disney Plus. He was answering questions like their favorite monsters or whatever, and I think he said weeping angels and that sort of thing. But he said, what would he like to see? He said he would like to see them delve into African folklore. Now, he's not wrong about that. With all the exploitation of non-white peoples and the virtue for the purpose of tokenism and virtue signaling, and they never deliver on it. None of them ever do something like that, where there's all these story possibilities from other cultures that doesn't really get delved into all that much with all the virtue signaling running around. So he's got a point. There's something they could explore there. The only thing I can think of offhand that's delved into African folklore would be the Hellboy comics. So there's plenty of material there to go with. And I mean, other than, he mentions like a deity or something like that, and that ends up, it was an alien all the time and that sort of thing. So, he's not wrong. He's not wrong on that. But, as with all things, certainly with Doctor Who, time will tell.